Okay, so in this video we're looking at converting units of speed. So in previous times you've probably converted units of length. You've converted, say, kilometers to meters, or meters to centimeters, or centimeters to millimeters. You may have also converted units of time. So for instance, you might have converted hours to minutes or minutes to seconds. So let's take a look at first how to convert those units, and then we'll look at converting units of speed, which is slightly more complicated. So these two new tables that have appeared on your screen now, they're conversions of length, kilometers to meters to centimeters to millimeters, and conversions of time, hours to minutes to seconds. And this is stuff that you should be really familiar with from primary school, year 7, year 8, etc., etc. What we're doing today is converting units of speed. So for instance, let's say you were trying to convert 60 kilometers per hour into a unit of speed, let's say meters per second. If we want to convert kilometers per hour into meters per second, how are we going to do it? It's a two-stage process. It's a little more complicated than going from just kilometers to meters or just hours to seconds. So we'll have to go through a bit of a process here. Alright, so we're going to be converting kilometers per hour into meters per second, and as I said, it's going to be a little more complicated than just this. There's actually 3 steps involved here. First, you're going to convert kilometers into meters. That'll be step 1. Then we'll take an intermediary step and convert hours into minutes, and then finally we'll convert minutes into seconds. Let's try that out. So if we've got 60 kilometers per hour and we want to convert it into meters per hour, just look up here at your table, kilometers into meters, because we're converting the kilometers into meters. To convert kilometers into meters, you multiply by 1,000. So this is going to be 60 times 1,000. Which is going to be 60,000, which means that 60 kilometers per hour is the same as 60,000 meters per hour. Now, we don't want to convert to meters per hour, we want to convert to meters per second, but we're at least one step closer because we've converted kilometers to meters. Now let's start dealing with the time. Okay, so now we've got something like this. We've got 60,000 meters per hour, and now I'm gonna, that's a H, and now I'm gonna convert it into meters per minute. That's a bit confusing, so I'll just write MIN there. Now that'll be 60,000, and then to convert hours to minutes you need to multiply by 60. Now this part can get pretty confusing here, because when we're converting from hours to minutes, we're not trying to figure out how many minutes there are in 1 hour. We already know that, there's 60. Instead, we're trying to figure out how many meters we can cover in 1 minute, which is 1/60th of an hour. So we actually need to divide this by 60. Okay, now you should just use your calculator for this. You can do it in your head if you want, but I don't recommend it. Okay, Max the human calculator tells me that that's equal to 1,000 meters per minute. Okay, so we're nearly there. We've gone from kilometers per hour to meters per hour, and then finally to meters per minute. We wanted meters per second, so we're going to need to convert this one more time. Okay, so we've got 1,000 meters per minute, and we want to know what that is in meters per second. So we're going to need to take that number 1,000 and again divide that by 60. Now grab your calculator out, don't try to do this one in your head please. So using a calculator we get 16.66 recurring, or 16.67 will do us, meters per second. Okay, so stop and think about what all this means. A car, if it's travelling down a residential street, will travel at about 60 kilometers an hour. We figured out that that's equal to 60,000 meters per hour. We could also say that it's equal to 1,000 meters per minute. And finally, the question that was asked of us, if a car is traveling at 60 kilometers per hour, that's the same as traveling at 16.67 meters per second. Now, I'm not going to do an example, but what you could also do is do everything in reverse and convert meters per second into kilometers per hour. Now, the same rules apply here. You would convert meters into kilometers, go upwards, and then you would convert seconds into minutes and then minutes into hours, using the reverse of everything we've done here. Best thing you can do, start practicing these. You will know if you're getting them wrong because either the numbers will be way, way, way too large or way, way, way too small. So just always check your answers and see if they actually make sense. Alright, that's converting units of speed.